Hey, it's Dan McDonald with Life Regenerator, and I am going to put together a recipe for you on the fly. We are going to a potluck today, and we have some stuff laying around, not much. This is just a little bit of stuff that we travel with, and Whole Foods is way away, so we're just going to use what we got, and we're going to make a pumpkin banana pudding, okay? So I've got some perfectly ripe bananas here. All the way, these are absolutely perfect. And I've got a pumpkin, and I've got the food processor, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a nice crumble for the top. Mind you, this isn't my kitchen, so if I take a minute to look for something in a minute here, just bear with me here. But I've got some freshly picked Georgia pecans that were just pulled out of the shell the other day. Meaning that they are fresh and acceptable. Generally, you know, nuts can sit sometimes in a silo for months, sit in the store for another couple months, and by that time you've got rancid fats. These coming off the tree, locally grown, they are going to be acceptable for human consumption. A little bit of cinnamon, this is the crust, or a crumble, if you will, to go over the top. A little bit of cinnamon. And I think I will leave the vanilla bean out of this one maybe. Okay. This is a little package of vanilla bean here. Okay, this is tough. I ain't playing nice with this thing again. There we go. Okay, vanilla beans. Nice. Of course, that's going to go in, so I'm going to go with, I'll go with nutmeg in the pudding. So I'm just going to do pecan and date, and what I will also use are some of these currants as well, and that will make a nice crumble for the top. See how you can just, when you're in the raw food kitchen, you can just do whatever. You know, and if you've got mad skills, like I do, and you can just, at the last minute, decide that that wasn't enough dates, and use these currants, which is going to make it just absolutely perfect. So here we go on the crumble. Just let that go for a couple minutes. We'll cut the pumpkin here. Boom. Now, Dan, where do you get your protein? I get it right there. Delicious. Cut that open. Get the stuff right out of the middle. That's what you're trying to do, is get the seed out of the middle. See? And then you leave that part right there. Okay. On the other side here, squeeze it right out of there with your teeth. So, again, cut the seed in half. And that way it'll be, when you do it like this, it'll be a long day coming home before you overeat on seeds. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about right there. Try it. Just chew that out of there with your teeth.
Chew it out?
Yeah, you just use your teeth to pop it out of there. Because the skin, the outside part is too hard. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do, I'm just going to get some of this pumpkin off of here. Hands are all wet. This is not a pumpkin crumble, it is now a okay, and then I'm just going to cut some of these chunks off here like this. And then I'll toss this into the compost. Okay, then I'll have my pumpkin chunks here. See, perfect, right? Cool, this is going to be the longest video in the history of mankind because, well, not really. Because it might take me a few minutes to prepare this. You can make pumpkin pie, but we just didn't want to use any fats or anything to solidify this. But if you want to make a pumpkin pie, you just blend it up in the Vitamix or the food processor, and you can use a little bit of some kind of coconut oil or something, and then you put it in the fridge or freezer for a little while, and it'll solidify right up and be a nice solid pumpkin pie. I'm not huge on eating like fats like that though. I like whole food fats like these pumpkin seeds, you know. And those pumpkin seeds are going to have all the protein you need. Now, it's going to take you a little while to consume enough of those because you're going to get tired. But the thing is, when they're shelled at the store, you eat like 2 cups of them and then you get an over-acid reaction in the blood. If you chop each one of these open, you eat like 10, 20 of them maybe, and you get the right amount of protein and fat for the day. And then you don't overeat on the protein and fat. That's enough to get started. The crumble turned into like a crust. So like it's a raisin pecan crust.
What if you blend it with that in there and it just becomes part of the flavor of the pudding?
Well, you could do that too, but let's try this first. We'll take the rest of these pecans here, and maybe we'll make this into a crust. That's a little bit more of what I was hoping for. So what we'll do is we'll just take this and we'll just have to be real careful with it when we take it, or we can just take the crust, put it in the cooler, and then take the pudding here that we're going to make and put it in one of these plastic things, and then we can just pour the pudding at the last minute and serve it. You know, so there's a million different ways to play the game. But anyways, this is a little bit more of what I was hoping, but it'll make a crust. So you can actually just, recipes can evolve as you go because we're just...
so it's going to be a pie now, not a
It's going to be a pudding pie, yeah. So I'm just going to put it in here. Actually, this is quite an epic crust. It could use more nuts, but I'd rather use the sweet fruits. And the sweet fruits go well with the nuts. At the end of the day, this will be a pretty decent food combo. Not like the best. The best is like watermelon and lemon. Apple, carrot. You know, real simple stuff. But some of these other ones are more complicated. People that are at the raw food things and whatnot, and the restaurants, they do all this stuff. I know how to do it all. Personally, I'd rather just drink juice right now as I'm working on the ascension process. This is more like just maintenance type food here. Raw food maintenance type stuff. That's pretty good crust. Okay, so I will show y'all what the crust looks like. I could have done better if I had a few more minutes, but there's that. And now the next step is going to be pumpkin and banana pudding. And these are perfectly ripe bananas here. And so I think I'll go probably equal amounts of banana and pumpkin, so that'll be like probably 4 bananas here. What? Look good? Too much? Say something.
I don't want that much banana in it. Because banana's too banana-y.
Okay.
Maybe like a little bit more pumpkin.
Okay, fine. I will do a little bit more pumpkin. It can evolve and grow. This is for her, by the way, and anyone else at the potluck. Can't do anything with these wet hands. most people edit a lot of videos and stuff. I guess it's pretty cool that you get to see how the whole thing is, because I had no idea how this was going to turn out. I knew I had a few things laying around, and I know how to make good food out of anything laying around. If you heard the story when I took 2 empty cans, 2 cans with no labels, and half a loaf of white bread with some salt and pepper, made a gourmet feast for me and my buddies when we were all starving to death. They were amazed and surprised. And to this day, I'm not sure if that was dog food or not, because it was some kind of very generic stew, or it was a very high-end dog food. Either way, we ate it, and we lived to see another day. Okay, pumpkin-y. Are we getting pumpkin-y enough for you? Yeah? Oops. Okay, that should do it. By the way, you can eat pumpkin just like this. You could take some of the caramel dip made with dates, cinnamon, vanilla, coconut water, and just make little pumpkin slices and just dip it in there like that. Straight legit. 110%. Okay, next, cinnamon and a vanilla bean. I'm going to cut the tips off the vanilla bean, the little stems. Chop these into bits here. There's going to be some nice vanilla bits for whoever gets that surprise. And this is some nutmeg, which I need some kind of perfect, right here, a grater for the whole nutmeg, which has not been opened yet. Oops. That should do it. I probably put in about a third of a nutmeg seed. That should probably be fine. You don't want to go overboard on the nutmeg. The right amount is medicine, and beyond that it can be just too much for the body to handle. You know, so just a little bit of nutmeg, and then check your dates here for pits. Should be good to go here. Hopefully this isn't too much overloading the machine, but we'll find out in a minute. It's going to take some time, but now that's just going to have to go and go. Good old pumpkin, all these seeds are meant not to be roasted or toasted. So, like I said, here I'll show you. I can do it with my teeth. I don't really want to eat any more food. I just want to eat my little watermelons. Pumpkin seeds. I'm a shaker. Holy roller. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. takes a little while on this end, but because normally you would do about half that much, but I went a little crazy and then it just takes a little more time, so. But it is happening. One other thing that may help is to cut the chunks smaller. I just do my thing, you know. This is like the real deal, so it's pretty cool. This might not be the most organized video, but you get a better feel for how it really goes for a real chef in the kitchen for real. And that's just going to be that right there. That's going to work it. That's going to be a good one right there. To test it out, you can make a little miniature pie on a spoon for your tester. Miniature pie crust. There we go. Come on over here and show everybody if it's cool. Oh yeah.
That's really good.
Dan the Man does it again. So you saw for the crust, I'll reiterate once again just because I want to spend another minute with you. And that is the crust is fresh pecans, fresh almonds would work, hemp seeds would work, anything really, but pecans, almonds are really the best for crust in my opinion. You can also make a walnut crust. Is that good?
Yeah, I want some more.
Okay, I will make a little bit more here in a minute. So we had the pecans, we had the dates, we had cinnamon, and we had the currants, or raisins would work fine. It's a nice dark, like chocolatey crust. You could also, if you want to make a true chocolate crust, you could put some NCP chocolate nutrition essentials, which is like one of the healthier chocolate choices. You know, women, they gotta have chocolate, so I don't argue. I just, you know what I'm saying? Just get the chocolate, so in case of an emergency. You know what I'm saying? But you could definitely make a chocolate crust out of that. That'd be kind of cool, actually, and it just popped into my head. And then for this here, we've got banana, pumpkin, nutmeg, cinnamon, vanilla bean, and dates. And you could also add some pumpkin pie spice and really hook it up. Then what you do, if you really wanted to, if you're into this kind of thing, you could take the coconut oil, not coconut oil, but the coconut butter, which is the oil and the meat blended together. There's a couple companies out there that do it. Then you put that in there, so it's more of a whole food as opposed to it's got some of the fiber instead of just the coconut oil, which does work. But eating coconut oil is like my least favorite thing. It just leaves a film on my mouth for like 3 days, and I'm just not. That ain't my style. You know, I like clean, water soluble diet, like low fat fruits and vegetables. But you could take some of that coconut butter and blend that in here, and then once you put this on here, okay, you level that out, and then you could just put it in the fridge, and it'll solidify up probably within this whole thing, maybe 1 cup of that butter, and it'll blend in there, and then it'll solidify, make a nice thing. You cut it when it's cool. Anyways, DTM, thanks for joining me. A little bit random, totally different than my usual style. I usually have everything laid out and planned out, but not this time, so I got you in on the real deal here. I think I'm going to post this video. I kind of like the way it worked out, and it's a great recipe, and then there's 10 billion of these things in my head because all you do is take good raw foods and kind of have this feeling for what works and what blends together. And this would be like baby food too. And you could just make this for your kids or whatever and then doll it up any way that you want. And it'd be epic, you know what I'm saying? So down below in the links there is, I've got tons of other DVDs and recipes, so subscribe to these videos. Go check out my website, regenerateyourlife.org, and see the DVDs with tons of other awesome recipes like this in a little bit more of a professional structure. And there's a Facebook fan page. You want to go there and say what's up and give me a thumbs up over there. Sign up for the Insiders Club so you get the special video that I'm posting on either tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday. And it's a little bit more about the spiritual aspects and raw food illumination. So you might like to go check that out. And that's also at my website. And all the links are down below. So, thank you very much. Have a great day. Peace.